Aloha, Anastasia friends. This is Tutu Signs, and we are here at Aloha Food Forest here in North San Diego County, and I am with another fellow Anastasia reader. She's from Russia, and so she reads the books in Russian, and she also speaks perfect English, and her name is Marina. Would you like to say hi?
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you out there. Thanks for watching. We're very excited that we get to make this video as newfound friends and Anastasia readers.
Yeah, so we are both on the Anastasia Foundation website, and I was delighted to receive your email when you connected with me through that, and to find out that you live in the area, so that we could actually easily get together. And Marina has a beautiful family, a wonderful husband, and a gorgeous daughter. She's 9, right? Yeah, so smart. And her name is Miloslava, and she is so good at identifying plants and knowing what she's doing out in the garden. She's like a little Anastasia coming up.
A little garden elf, yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, so this is fun to get together with fellow Anastasia people, and we're so grateful to Gabriel for mentioning that he'd like to hear about stories of people who have met through the foundation website. And so we thought we would share our story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can tell us about how you invited us over, and
Oh,
then I can
yes.
share.
Yeah. So this beautiful property is a 60-year-old backyard garden with old trees in it. And when I moved here, I had gardened all my life, but I really asked the universe to bring me a garden that someone else started so that I could have trees that were already growing. And I got here to this place, and there are 60-year-old citrus trees. This oak tree is over 100 years old. And there are pecan trees that are growing in the back. There's just all kinds of beauty here. And it had been vacant for quite a while when I found this place. And I discovered when I got here that the garden didn't need anyone to keep growing. It was a community, a thriving forest community all by itself. So when I came here, I thought I was going to take control of this garden like I'm used to doing. But what happened was the garden started teaching me, and I started sharing all the amazing things that it was showing me. First of all, that nature's infinitely abundant, and this oak tree was a big part of learning that, how the acorns would fall off and then new little oak trees would start. And I know it's almost cliche, but to see it really happening, you see the infinite abundance.
Yes.
And then the several old trees, the citrus trees that were here, were making the best fruit that I'd ever tasted, like the best oranges and the most beautiful lemons. And here they were, 60 years old. So you wouldn't even expect that such an old tree could keep going. So those were two of the most beautiful messages. And then I began to understand more about the soil life and about how everything is intertwined and helping each other, and how my role as a gardener changed from being the dominant one to being a co-creator, to learning and helping and expressing what I like in the garden, and also learning what the garden likes. So it was really fun to invite Marina and her family over for a little tour of our food forest, as I call it. Um, yeah, we had such a great time, and it was such fun to meet you.
It was beautiful. It was the best experience. It it's so special to be invited into someone's heart, and I think like your home, your garden, that's your space of love, that's your heart, and to have someone offer that with open arms is such a precious sign of love, and to be able to have that really from the get-go, and not even having met Tutu in person before, was really, really, really heartwarming, like truly warmed my heart, and I'm very grateful. And it was such a beautiful experience to come out with the whole family and to see, to have two generations come out and see how everything is growing and how much love there is in every corner and how it isn't really truly controlled. Like the environment, the nature isn't. It's not like you come in with excavators and you take control and you make it some sort of, magazine garden. It's really what grows here, what can grow here, what's most natural, what's easiest, how do plants interact. It's observing and acting and co-creating, and that's really different, and that's a very important example, I think, because a lot of people go in to gardening, just like Tutu said, wanting to dominate and make it a certain way, not taking into account the local climate and and what can be done and how plants interact and how they what are the directions of the sun and how everything is really coming together. So Tutu does this beautifully, and we got to see bananas. We got to taste them. We got to harvest pecans from her pecan tree. We've got to see plants that self-seed and don't need any care, and that happily provide and multiply, just like Tutu says, exponentially. So that was really, really incredible. It's a really beautiful space that wherever we live, we can set this up. It doesn't have to happen overnight. If anything, it's more like Tutu says, observing first and trying rather than coming in with a master plan of how we're going to take over. And that's here, it's a co creation, and nature's doing the work a lot of the time, right?
Yes, absolutely. And and the co-creation continues throughout the seasons and things. You keep on observing new things and learning new things,
Right.
and so it's a beautiful. It's an oasis too. I love coming here,
Yeah.
getting out of the busy city and coming into the backyard, and it's very calming. And I didn't know about Anastasia when I first got here, and I wrote 2 books about this garden, and I still didn't even know about the whole Anastasia truth yet. But now that I know about her, I admire her so much, and I love the books. They've taught me so much, especially about the space of love and the word co-creation. It's funny that she said that because I was saying that too
Wow.
before I heard of her.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's so interesting. But we're just super happy for the Anastasia Foundation being
Yes,
here and
yes.
supporting all of us, and as to be friends and
Right.
online or in person. So if you're in the North San Diego County area and you're interested in um, getting together with us or
Yeah,
being
reach out
friends,
to us.
yeah,
Even if you're visiting, even if you're passing through, please reach out. It's absolutely always worth it to meet in person and magnify, the inspiration and the love. Yeah.
definitely. Yes, this has been very precious, and I'm so grateful that we became friends.
Yeah, so wherever you are, if you're looking on the foundation website on, who's in your area, or if you're passing by or you're visiting on vacation a certain area, I think it's worth reaching out. You never know, friendships can form. And I think this is a really important part that I think a lot of us find kind of maybe some trepidation with, is making friends when we're older, when we're adults, not children, because children come, they run up to each other and they say, "You want to be friends? Let's do it." And it's so natural and easy. And for us, it's kind of we're very self-conscious, or we think it's socially unacceptable, and it really does stop us, because I had seen Tutu's information on the website probably a year ago, and I was like, "Oh, I feel inspired to reach out," and then I was like, "Well, I don't know how she'll take it. I don't know what, and then life took over, and then it was out of my thoughts, and so I think it's important that we don't do that. I think it's important that we when we feel it, we reach out for it, because that's why we're in that space anyway. It's about not feeling alone and really connecting with like-minded people, because that gives us strength. You know, it's hard to feel alone, but we're not, and of course, but that it's very easy to kind of sit and be like, oh, I'm probably the only one, and for Miles, who excuse me, who thinks like this, or whatnot. And it's really important to intentionally make friends and reach out for that, and pass all of those kind of mental barriers, and because that's the point of the platform that Gabriel created anyway. And it's what we all want. We all want to become friends, and when we feel like there's so many of us and that there's so many friends in so many places, that gives us life force energy, that opens us up, and it aids every part of our, I think, process in life.
Definitely. And I'm so glad that you did reach out, and it makes me feel so good too to have you for a friend nearby. And I think that's the future of the world, isn't it? It's more of connecting. That's like in physics, we're all interconnected, and so are the gardens.
Right.
And that's the
Right.
way,
Right.
that's the best way for us to live our lives too.
Yes. Yes. So reach out to us, reach out to the people who are closer to you, reach out to the places you're going to visit, look at the website, find those connections, and we look forward to um, hearing from you guys.
Okay. Aloha, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.